The truth! You can't handle the truth!
It seems like every day we're having something new and strange going on, including with the events going on in the Middle East, domestically, in other countries, and also above in our skies. Uh, of course, we've got one thing going on, guys. This Artemis mission with the Orion module. There's a lot of stuff about that we can go into and everything like that, how fake it is and how much BS they've been trying to spread about it. But, that's too easy. Well, a lot of it's too easy. I'm going to talk about Trump. All right. That's the biggest thing right now. One of the things I did notice is that Trump don't like to be upstaged. Of course, this Artemis mission came out and made a big splash in the news. And Trump, of course, does not want to be undone. So the next day, after talking to the Artemis crew, he decides to ease off the restrictions or the ceasefire thing going on in the Middle East. And I don't know if you ever heard about it. This is a thing that used to be known in Hollywood or around the world, anything, any celebrities or well-known people, is that any news is good news. It doesn't matter if your name is being slandered or whatever. As long as your name appears in front of the people, that's what matters. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. And of course, that we see that Donald Trump has made prominent use of this phrase. Any news is good news. So not to be undone by anything else going on in the world, not to be undone by the steps taken by the Artemis mission, Trump had to upstage them the next day after talking to them. So that just tells you what kind of ego we're working with, we're dealing with in this world. Is any news is good news, whether it's good or bad. As long as your name is in the public's eye, well, that keeps you popular. And that's the name of the game, isn't it? Another thing I noticed, guys, is that with the things going on with Trump and the United States, and not only with the war, but a lot of other things going on with we're going to do this, open the pipelines and drilling, and the tariffs and everything like that, guys, is that Trump, behind the scenes, is making a shit ton of money. They talk about the manipulations that Congress does, but right now, guys, if you look across the board in the last year, just 1 year alone, we've seen the manipulations by Donald Trump going on that makes the stock market rise and fall like the tide. Every few hours, it seems like something different's going on, and it affects the market, makes it very volatile. And of course, if you know ahead of time what you're doing, what you're going to do, and you've got somebody telling you what to do, when to do it, well, it's easy to manipulate this market with executive orders or federal moves or mandates or actions. It's real easy to do this when you're the president, as we have noticed. So while it's not well known, but I'm guarantee you that the Trump family, the Trump Foundation, or whatever you want to call it, is making shit tons of money through the help of Larry Fink. All right. Let's take it back to the original source where it is and everything like that, who has a very big manipulation going on with the world, as well as markets in the world, around the world. So, yeah, he didn't like being upstaged. So, of course, we see this actions going on right here to keep his name out in front of people. And, of course, he's making a bunch of money. One of the other things I noticed, big talk going on again about the bunker, the East Wing, which does have a bunker underneath of it. And I'll go ahead and drop this down here, guys. I'll read y'all something. Well, maybe I can bring it up here by itself. I went ahead and looked and seen what was going on with and everything like that. And the ballroom, of course, a lot of different stuff. It's going to be made out of steel, but it's going to be made out of a special steel. It's going to be missile-resistant steel columns for structural protection. It has a drone-proof roofing, a bulletproof, ballistic, blast-proof glass for all the windows, and a military complex underneath, which includes bomb shelters, a hospital, and top-secret installations. Guys, I don't know if y'all seen how much digging they go on out there. If you can find anybody out there that's covering this, there's a lot of stuff going on underground in the East Wing, where the East Wing used to be, and it's amazing. They said it costs $400 million, guys. From what I've seen, I've been following this with a guy on YouTube, Penguin6. He covers it once in a while, shows you a lot of stuff going on. So if you want to get an idea, ask him about it, and maybe he'll show a few images there. Anyway, it's going to be really big. So there's also going underground. So that $400 million is just what's on the surface. underground is where the action's really going on. So I asked what the steel's being made out of. It's a high hardness armored steel, and it stops threats by forcing projectiles to mushroom and fracture and shatter upon impact, absorbing the kinetic energy. And the missile specific part, to handle the pressure wave of the missile, they use blast protection steel. It's a certain hardness, 440 vinyl hardness, specifically designed to absorb high energy waves without cracking. And there's a secret sauce, believe it or not, that they use a perforated spaced armor, which is stacks layers of armor, X amount with perforations through each layer, offset from each other to absorb the kinetic energy, the blast from the uh, blast coming in and everything. That way, it spreads it out evenly across different layers, and therefore dissipates that energy from that. And that's the way it is. It destabilizes, twisted in the air gap, the blast, and then it just kind of dissipates from there. Now it does cause problems, but it doesn't go through. So this kind of stuff they talking about hardened bunkers. This is kind of stuff that they got going on, but this is kind of a new special thing. And they make it by rearranging the crystalline molecular structure inside of the steel. This is how this is done, guys. They say they use low temperature to do it and everything. But it doubles the ballistic performance compared to standard armor of the same weight. So yeah, they rearrange the molecules and the stuff with the crystal molecules. It makes it really super tough. It still has weaknesses and everything like that. But here's the thing, guys. I went ahead and asked, what makes they got a coating on it also that helps absorb the blast or the inertia from this thing. And you wouldn't believe what it's made out of, this coating that they put on it. Y'all heard of the Rhino bed liner? Well, evidently they're in armor proofing too, because the steel is coated with Rhino Extreme. Yeah, the stuff they use on the bed liner of your trucks and other things. Well, of course, not the same thing, but it comes from the same people. So it's kind of interesting, guys, that's going on. It's perforated spaced armor, super bainite advanced crystalline structure that's rearranged molecularly, and they got rhino coatings on it to help absorb all that blast, which is kind of wild, guys, if you think about this. And, who comes up with it? Oh, yeah, another thing, they're not using U.S. steel of any kind. After all that big deal they made back during the first part of the year about U.S. steel, bringing them up, making them powerful again, he orders the steel from Europe. Ain't that a kick in the pants after all this talk? So, guys, I want you to pay attention to what Trump's doing, guys. And it's not so much about protecting anybody except his own best interest. And everything he does makes the market rise and fall like the tide coming in and out. And so if we look at things like this, guys, we kind of understand what's going on. So what's the next move for Donald Trump right now, guys? I don't know. But you got to remember, he knows how to play the game. He has wrote the book on it, the deal, how to master the deal. So he knows what he's doing. He's playing the game. He's playing it very well. And as a result, though, everybody else suffers. Hope y'all have a groovy day. Do something nice for somebody, guys. It's nice out there today, next few days. So get out and enjoy it. Go out, fly a kite or whatever. But do something nice for somebody, guys. That's always the best thing to do. Put your best foot forward. Put your best thoughts forward, because we know we got enough negative energy in the world. Y'all have a groovy day. Later, taters.
Attention passengers, we've now reached our destination. We hope you enjoyed the flight and have a nice day.